Hello all my beautiful sisters from those other misters. Welcome back to my channel. First I feel like I need to address this because I don't know how it's going to come off on camera. I literally just walked into an umbrella that we have put up outside to protect a tree because the tree is crisping up and it's a beautiful tree and it doesn't deserve that, but now it has no shade because the neighbors cut down all of their trees. And I walked into the umbrella. It's not good. It's actually cut my face, so that's fun. I told Mum that it was going to be a hazard, and I said we have to either take it down and sacrifice the tree, or we have to raise the umbrella up higher because someone's going to take their eye out. And when somebody tells you that they can't do something for lame excuse reason, and it needs to be done because it's a potential health hazard, do not listen to them. Make them do it. So I did it. I did it because I nearly took my eye out, which would have been just horrible, to be honest. But today I'm actually doing a video talking about samples that I used up from my Project Pan Advent calendar that I did in December. So also my hair, yep, got my hair done. Thanks, Madeline. It is probably the most glorious hair that I've ever had. It is fluorescent. It is amazing. I'm feeling really, really upset by the highlighter that I am wearing. I do not like the way it looks on my skin on camera. Also, I feel like I look white from here up, and the rest of me is starting to color up with tan. I'm not feeling it. I'm just not. I am hating my makeup, and this upsets me too. It looks like I'm crying. Oh my god. Anyway, we move on. Whatever. Okay, so let's talk about these samples. So, some of you would have followed me on Instagram throughout December when I opened up my advent calendars, and you would have seen me opening up my DIY one, which was hanging back here. And basically what I wanted to do was use these samples throughout December and a bit into January and finish them up, or see how many I could finish up. So spoiler alert, I didn't finish them all, but I finished some. So I'm just going to go through them in no particular order. Here I have the Christoph Robin regenerating mask. So this is a hair mask. I've used a few of these in the past and I really love this particular product. I noticed Christoph Robin is now at, is it Sephora or Mecca? So it's at Sephora. I don't know if it's like, I don't think it's new at Sephora. I think it's just at Sephora. I didn't actually know that. So that's kind of cool. They have also had a packaging revamp, as it would appear based on what I'm seeing on the Sephora website. So I really enjoy this product. A full size in Australia is $85. It is very nourishing, which I particularly like. As you can imagine, I have bleached hair. I like the moisture, I like the nourishing, I like all that jazz. However, it's not super weighty, which I like products that are light but hydrating and make my hair feel nice and smooth and soft and silky to prevent tangling. So that is a winner for me. I do really enjoy that one. Next up I have the Erno Laszlo night cream. This guy, it was quite big. It took me quite a while to get through it, and look, this is fine, but it was nothing special. I like my night creams to be quite rich and quite hydrating, basically, because I have dry skin. Now, one that I would actually say was better than this was this guy, the Amore Pacific Time Response Skin Reserve Cream. This stuff, oh my goodness, super hydrating and moisturizing. It's like, it does the whole shebang. I would put this on at night, and in the morning I would wake up and my skin would feel so plump and hydrated and still have a little bit of that like residue on it of moisturizer. I would assume that this contains some nice oils that work in conjunction with other ingredients in there to help like rehydrate the skin and get the moisture back in there. This was amazing. I would buy this again. I believe it's fairly expensive, but look, I would assume that I'd be able to find an alternative to this cheaper, but you know, if I saw it and I was in the need of moisturizer and I was going for something that was super hydrating, good night cream, I wouldn't say no, basically. Also, I did use this a few times during the day under makeup and it worked nicely there as well. Keeping in mind, I do have dry skin. I'm dry to normal at the moment. This guy, on the other hand, I wouldn't purchase it again. It was just a bit of like, you know, whatever, you know, tried it, not super keen on it, wasn't rubbish, moving on to the next thing. Let's do something I haven't finished. This is a Sol de Janeiro Brazilian Boom Boom Cream. Look, I've used this in the past and I enjoyed it, but I wasn't like, oh my god, Becky, look at her butt, it is so big. I was more like, it's nice, it's okay. However, now I'm very much more of the belief that, oh my god, this is amazing and I love it. I'm obsessed with it. So I didn't quite finish this one. I did have another body butter in the project that I've been working on. So what's made me fall in love with this is the scent and the way it makes my skin feel. So look, in the past, I've liked body butters, but only in certain situations, and I would never use them on a regular basis because I just always felt like it was too much, too rich, all that jazz. Now, I'm like, put the body butter on 3 times a day, basically. I don't do it that often. I don't need to, but that's kind of what I want to do because I just love how it's nourishing my skin. The other thing was the scent. Now, I do think this scent is very strong. I think there's going to be a lot of people who find it really obnoxious. So if you fall into that category, I don't blame you. I actually do understand. I've used some body products in the past. One that comes to mind is the Sun Bum After Sun Body Spray. It's like a spray-on oil. My god, the scent of that is really nice, but it is so strong, it makes me feel like I'm choking, like I can't breathe. And I have heard a few people say that to me about this scent, and I respect that because it is strong. However, I found that I would put this on at night after I'd had a shower, let it absorb in, and then, you know, go to bed. In the morning, I would wake up and I could smell this on myself, and I was like, yeah, I really like this product. I really like it. It's like wearing a perfume and body moisturizer in one. I have a couple more of these. I think I have 1 or 2 more of these, and I got the Bom Dia Bright in the advent calendar, the beauty advent calendar from Space NK this year. I think it was Space NK. So, you know, I will happily use them, but yeah, I would probably buy a full size of this in the future. The other body moisturizer that I had was this guy from Pure Tan. This is the coconut body cream. I've finished one of these in the past. I freaking love it. The scent of this I really love as well. It's not as strong as the Sol de Janeiro, but it offers the same sort of hydration and like nourishment to the skin. I loved this and I powered through it, and I would so happily repurchase this in the future. I'm pretty sure I can get this at Priceline, which means I can get it like 40% off in the future. So that's something I will most likely do. And I did have another one of these in my samples, and I've loved it so much that I threw it into my Project Pan sample tub. So there's that. 100% would buy again. Loving body butters at the moment. Just give me the heavy, nourishing body moisturizing products. I wish I had gotten into them in like autumn, winter and spring, because I feel like I would have just made my life so much easier in terms of like the dryness, but I didn't, And I'm doing it now, and you know, you do what you can. You do your best, and that's the end of that. The next product that I have is from Dermalogica. It is a daily microfoliant. I also didn't finish this one, but it is a fairly large sample. It's 13 grams. Now this is a physical and acid exfoliator in one, plus a face wash. So it's like a powder product. You tip some out onto your hand, you get it wet with a little bit of water, you foam it up, and then you put it on your face. And it contains salicylic acid. It's got like the rice enzymes to help polish the skin, and it also like foams up. So it's a bit of an all-in-one. It's a good product. I do really like it. Now, I've been using acid exfoliators a lot recently, and I don't feel the need to use something that is also a physical exfoliant on a regular basis. So it's not surprising that I didn't finish this. However, I am just gonna, you know, pop it back in my bathroom and use it until it's done. I'm gonna use it when I feel like I need it, and one day it will be finished. I do like this product. I would say, I think I actually have another one of these, like another sample, and I get like a midi size in my advent calendar? I think I did. Or was that just a cleanser? I can't remember. So I'm pretty sure I've got this stuff in spades. It probably wouldn't be something that I would repurchase though. I'd be more inclined to try, if I wanted something like this type of product, I'd be more inclined to pick up like the Good Molecules one to try out, because they have I think it's a pineapple enzyme version of this. I think Tatcha do a version of this, and look, I mean, Tatcha, I've said it before, I'll say it again, I don't think Tatcha skincare is like the super most amazing effective skincare, but it just hits a note for me. So it's kind of, you know, it's one of those products that's on my radar. I think they do one, or maybe I'm just thinking that because they use the rice enzymes in a lot of their products, and this contains that as well. But anyway, it doesn't matter. I'd be more likely to try a different brand that makes a similar product than go and pick this one up again, because I like to try new things. But I do think this is a good product. If you are interested in it, then, you know, I recommend it. It's good. Don't be scared to try it. It's not a bad product. Speaking of acids, I've got two acid type products here. Mario Badescu Glycolic Acid Toner. Mwah, beautiful product. This one is a Pharmacy Honeymoon Glow. Let's talk about this first. If you're looking for like an affordable acid toner that is designed for anti-aging, this is a really nice product. It's no frills, it's no fuss, but it's effective. And I noticed the difference in my skin the day after I used it, and I noticed a difference in my skin the day after I stopped using it. I definitely think that this is an effective product. I know it's not super expensive. I definitely think that they could, you know, make their packaging look a little bit fancier and give people a feeling of, you know, rather than no frills, a little bit more of a, you know, luxury treat type product. But yeah, their packaging just doesn't scream that, does it? However, the product is really good. Now, the Pharmacy Honeymoon Glow, this is also an AHA product. So AHAs are good for anti-aging and BHAs are good for breakouts. So it's an AHA resurfacing night serum, and I freaking love this. I've heard people say very good things about this, and I was curious and I had a sample and I was like, hell yeah, I'm gonna try it. This is really, really super effective. It's got a bit of a bite when you put it on. Now, my skin is a bit more sensitive than it used to be, so for some people, you know, if you're not as sensitive as I am, you might not experience that. But if you do tend to have sensitive skin, just keep that in mind. It's got a little bit of a when you first put it on, it goes away quickly. but ooh, it's super effective. I really like this. 100% I'd buy it again, especially if I saw this on sale. Yes, absolutely, no issues whatsoever. I loved that. I'm actually a bit sad that it's empty. I just have to dig through my stash and see if I can find an AHA serum, which, to be fair, I probably got some kicking around. All right, I'm gonna just jump in now. Handfuls of stuff. Labiot UV Veil Moisture Sun Essence. So this is an SPF 50 plus PA plus plus plus. What does the PA and the pluses after that mean? Does anyone know? It's a Korean sunscreen, and I've seen it on a lot of like Korean and Japanese products. I don't know what the PA plus 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 is about. I can Google it. God, I'm lazy. Anyway, I have been using this, but not too much. I don't tend to wear sunscreen if I'm not leaving the house. And I've not been leaving the house much, I could tell you that, because like COVID, she rages out there at the moment. However, I did like it. It is quite nourishing or moisturizing. It's not something that like absorbs and sets and offers a matte finish, so that's something to keep in mind. I did notice a tiny bit of eye irritation, so I'm the type of person, when I put my sunscreen on, it goes over the top of my eyes. Like I do it everywhere. So I wouldn't purchase this again because of that reason. I want my sunscreen to be fine everywhere. I have been using, did I mention I didn't finish it? And that's because I've also been using an ultraviolet SPF, which I found in the deepest depths of my drawers, and it expires in February. And it's like almost finished. So I've kind of been leaning more towards using that rather than reaching for this. But this is fine. It will stay on my desk and I will use it. Peter Thomas Roth. This is a peptide 21 serum. Look, sometimes when you use samples, you don't really have any feelings about them, and that is what this one has done for me. I don't know if I'm really seeing anything going on with this. I didn't notice like a difference in the way that my skin felt, whereas with the acids, you know, if they're effective, you can really tell. So I just, yeah, I feel like maybe this is the type of product where you really do have to use it for 4 to 6 weeks before you determine whether you're going to see any results or have any feelings about it. It's not quite done because I use it and I'm like, well, I don't know why I'm using it, but I really don't think there's going to be all that much in there. So I'm going to put it back on my desk and use it up. Ciate. This is a watermelon burst hydrating lip oil. I'm going to put some on right now. I have been using this and I do really like it. However, I've also been working on a whole bunch of other lip products, so nothing's getting finished in a short amount of time, essentially. As you can see, it goes well over lipstick. It is thin, but not so thin that it doesn't actually like offer hydration and nourish the lips. It's not sticky, but it does wear on the lips for a decent amount of time. It's not the most long wearing, but I really like it. I really like it. I would say that I would probably prefer it in a tube with a doe foot, just because like sometimes with these squeezy things, when you put them on, I feel like it just pushes a lot of the lip gloss sort of around and then on the edges of this, and she gets goopy. So yeah, I prefer a doe foot. And these are the small weird things that I notice as I'm using products. Ella Bache. So I used this for a while and then I was like, no, sorry, you gotta go. It's the Eternal Beautifying Eye Cream. I'm pretty sure this was starting to cause milia. And that's why I stopped using it. I started to see like the little white dots and they were flat and I was like, ooh, I think that might be the start of milia and I'm not willing to risk it. So I discontinued use. That's when I like like with the Honeymoon Glow, I started to like take a little bit, like after I'd put it on, the remnants that were on my fingers, I'd just sort of tap it under my eyes, and it was fine. And it did go away, which is good, and I think I caught it right at the perfect time. But yeah, I wouldn't use this again. I suspect I do have some more of these kicking around, and as I find them, I will declutter them because I'm not willing to risk that. Goldfaden MD. This is the Vital Boost Even Skin Tone Daily Moisturizer. This was nice. I took this, I think this was one of the first samples that I opened up, and I ended up taking it when I went to camp on my friend's property, and I used this like literally the day after a big drinking session with my friends, and I was like dehydrated and felt like a prune, and I pretty much just kept layering this over my skin every time it felt dry, and I mean it hydrated, but probably not enough for me. I historically love Goldfaden MD. I particularly like they have an exfoliator, and I can't remember what it's called. Is it like the ruby? No, it's not ruby exfoliator. I can't remember. Anyway, they have a physical exfoliator, and I love it. It's fantastic. It might actually now be in my empties, or it was in my last empties. I can't remember, but I like this brand. I don't think this one is moisturizing enough for me, but that is fine. It is what it is. Good Molecules Niacinamide Brightening Toner. I have a full size one of these. They sent it to me in PR, and look, I'm not sure that this really does anything for me. So it's supposed to help. It's got niacinamide, vitamin C, arbutin, and licorice root extracts, and it's supposed to help brighten and improve appearance of enlarged pores. I do have enlarged pores, but I don't feel like it's really done anything for me. This little sample I went through very quickly. I wouldn't say that this is enough to actually see results. However, in the past, I have used the full size for quite some time, and I'm not really sure that I saw any improvement. I would say that because it contains vitamin C, that was great, and my neighbors are doing their thing out there. I'm sorry, there's going to be noise. It is what it is. They're renovating their house. Because it contains vitamin C, I might be getting some nice like brightening effect, which is great. And you know, sometimes I can be sensitive to vitamin C, so I need a gentle one. So you know, there's a silver lining to me using that product, but it's not like a fave. I would really go for like an acidic toner, you know, an AHA type toner over something like this these days. That's just my preference. Drunk Elephant. This is a Bee Hydra Intensive Hydration Serum. This is fine. I've used it in the past. I think I even used a full size, or I've got a full size. I don't know. Whatever. I've used it. I'm familiar with the product. It's fine. It's nothing special though. I definitely think that it is quite expensive for what it is. So it's not something that I would buy. But it's also not bad. Like it's just fine. I think the thing that I love the absolute most about Drunk Elephant is their packaging, and that's the thing that makes me want to buy it, but I don't need to buy it. Sum 37. This is the Time Energy Skin Resetting Moist Firming Cream. This was just okay. I used this during the day because it wasn't as hydrating as some of the other products that I had in the project. And you know, I went through it really quickly. There really wasn't all that much in there. Oh, here comes a doggo. Oh, she's stuck on my curtains. Uh-oh, spaghetti-o. So yeah, this was okay, but nothing super special. It's just another sample out of the collection, which is great. Eve Lom. This is the cleanser, the makeup, the balm cleanser. You can use it as a makeup remover. You can use it as just a balm cleanser. Once upon a time, I loved this product. And then I kind of went off it because it does leave a little bit of a residue on your skin. When I was using it again in this project, I kind of fell in love with it again. I don't think this is the best balm cleanser on the market. I think this is a very bougie treat. I still prefer the pharmacy balm cleanser. I think that is like one of the best I've ever tried. This does leave a residue on your skin, but it does break down makeup very well, and I feel like there is almost a level of perceived prestige when it comes to Eve Lom products, and I think the packaging makes it feel very bougie, and in my head I feel like a rich bitch when I'm putting it on my face. But in saying that, I wouldn't buy it because it's so expensive, and I prefer the pharmacy one. What can I say? And I got so many of them. So, you know, I'm not in the market for buying a product like this. But I did enjoy it. And I am just going to pop this back in my bathroom. And I'm going to use it amongst all of the other products that I'm using. And I'm just going to enjoy it for what it is. Okay, next up, I have another Dermalogica product. This is the Phyto Replenish Oil. I have not... What are you doing, hair? Stop that. I've not been using oils much at all recently, and I reckon I only use this about 2 or 3 times since I cracked it open. Now, I think the reason for that is because because I'm using a whole bunch of samples. They're all new products, and I've created like a whole new routine basically. I try to minimize the amount of products that I'm layering on my face at any given time. So I was using, you know, a toner and a serum and a moisturizer and an SPF and eye products, and I was like, that's enough. And in the evening I would sometimes skip the serum and go in with the oil. Now, because I was enjoying the pharmacy so much, I was reaching for that over the oil. So I really did not use much of this at all. I think it's going to take me quite some time to finish it up as well. So I am going to put this back like just on my, you know, skincare station, and I'm going to use it. I can't say that like I saw anything with this product. For me, it's an oil. It's supposed to help reinforce the skin's protective barrier. I mean, I used it a few times. What can I say? I use it to help hydrate my skin, and it does do that when I use it, but I was not reaching for it because I was all over that pharmacy honeymoon glow stuff. I was just in love with it. Ultra Derm. I have a few Ultra Derm, so let me do all of those. I have the Skin Renew Cleanser, the Skin Calmer Cleanser, and the Face and Body Polishing Cream. The Face and Body Polishing Cream, I didn't like it. I didn't really like the smell. It's like a cream base, and it's just got like a few micro bits in it. It's not what I go for when I'm looking at using a physical face scrub or body scrub. This would be useless on your body, I feel. So not interested. It's just not enough for me. Skin Calmer Cleanser. Now, this is a cream cleanser, and it's okay, and I think if you had really dry skin, you'd be into it. I think I would have been into this back in winter, but at the moment I lean more normal, especially when I'm like taking care of my skin and making sure I've got like a good balanced routine. I don't feel like I need something this nourishing in my cleansing step. But also I did feel that this left some residue on my skin, and I just can't handle that after I've washed my face. There's something psychological about it for me. My skin cannot feel like it has a greasy, slippy or heavy residue on my face after I've washed it, because I just feel dirty. I feel like I need to have a shower. Like, I can't handle it. So something like this, it's not for me, unfortunately. The Skin Renew Cleanser from Ultra Derm, however, this is very nice. This is a foaming cleanser, but it is a low foam, and it doesn't leave your skin feeling dried or stripped or tight or anything like that. I really enjoyed this. This was great. I thought it was fantastic. Oh, and it has AHA and BHA complex in it. There you go. It's a winner. That one was really nice. So I would highly recommend that, the Skin Renew Cleanser. Okay, I have a few more samples. Let's do the Lancome Bifacile makeup remover. I don't like this. I don't like it. It's a cult product, if you ask me. No, it's not a cult product, sorry. It's a historic product. That's how I should put it. I feel like this has been around for so long that it commands respect, but I think there are so many products on the market these days that have surpassed it, in my opinion, and based on my preferences. So this is a two-phase or biphase, which is why it's called bifacile. It's a biphase product, so you've got like a fluid in one section and then the oil on top, and you do one of these and then you put it on a cotton pad and you remove your makeup. I just found that like the oil part of this made my skin just feel so grubby and greasy. I couldn't handle it. Even though I would go in with like a second cleanse, obviously with like a face wash after using this, I still felt gross. I don't know what it is. It must just be like in my head, basically. Like, we all have our little quirks where something makes us feel gross, and for me, Lancome Bifacile makes me feel gross. It does remove makeup fairly well. It breaks down makeup okay. Like, you know, there's no issue with that. There's a reason why this product has been around for so long. It's just not, it's not for me. This one is not for me. It's not my favorite type of product. The next one I have is from First Aid Beauty. This is the Ginger and Turmeric Vitamin C Jelly Mask. So I used this once and I don't feel like it did anything for me. When I put on a face mask, I kind of need it to do something for me, like straight away, essentially. Sheet masks, I tend to reach for them when my skin is feeling particularly dry, and they help me to feel better instantly. Not only like the second that you put them on, you know, you're like, oh yeah, give me that moisture. But when you take it off, or when I take it off, my skin feels just a bit better, and it feels a bit more supported, not like it's going to be dry again in 15 minutes. So that's why I use sheet masks. When it comes to cream masks, so masks that are in tubs or pots or squeezy tubes, whatever, usually I don't reach for them as much because I feel like they're messier for starters, and I don't get a whole lot out of them. Some of them are really hydrating and I will keep them and I love them. I also have one from Chantecaille which cost me an absolute arm and a leg, but when you put that stuff on like fine lines or even, you know, like smile lines, it plumps them out and makes them beautiful. So it's perfect for like before you're going out to a special event, you want your skin to look flawless basically. So for me, I need my mask to do something. Otherwise, I don't have a purpose for it, and I'm just not going to reach for it. And that's how I feel about this. I don't feel like it really did anything. When I washed it off, my skin didn't actually feel hydrated. I was like, oh my God, give me the serums, give me the moisturizer. I don't know, like, what are you even meant to do? It just says that it's like safe for sensitive skin, and it tells you how to apply it. And no. The last thing that I have are my fragrance samples. So I have 5 here. I have Le Labo Rose 31. This one I actually really enjoyed. I'm not really a fan of rose fragrances, but this has some woody tones in it. And when I wear it, that's mostly what I smell on myself. And it actually reminds me of like old weatherboard houses, which... look, it's been a hell of a long time since I've stepped foot in an old weatherboard house, but that's what it reminds me of when I wear it. Like, that's sort of where my memory goes. I actually thought it was really nice. I don't think it would be one that I would purchase and want to wear on a regular basis because it's not really a me fragrance, but yeah, it invokes memories when I wear it. So I enjoyed it. And also, I didn't finish it. There are still heaps in there. So I'm just going to use that organically. I'm going to stick it basically with my skincare where I do my makeup, and I will just enjoy it. The glasshouse samples that I have are Midnight in Milan and Rendezvous. Now, Midnight in Milan, this is musky, and like I pull musky and amber notes out of it, and I don't really like it. I don't really like that smell on myself. Now, I was kind of trying to pump through this just to finish it up. I've still got one use in it, but the other day I had to get my tires replaced, and Mum came with me, and I put this on. I'm like, oh my god, quick, get through it, just try and finish it up. And we went to a cafe while we were waiting for my car to be done, and one of the ladies at the cafe was like, oh my god, you smell amazing. And there's 3 girls behind the counter, one taking orders, one taking payments, one making coffees. And they all chimed in. They were like, yeah, you do. You smell so good. And the girl who was making the coffee, she's like, that scent suits you so well. And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, that's what? Really? How can you say that? You don't know me. And I would assume she's going based on the way that I look, like the hair and, you know, what I was wearing and stuff like that. And anyway, they were all very complimentary about the way that I smelled. And that made me think more about fragrance. Like, I buy fragrance to wear them for myself, but usually I can't smell them on myself, you know, 10 minutes or so after I've sprayed it. My nose is like, okay, I've smelt enough of that. We're going to block that scent out for the rest of the day. And it's only other people that really get to enjoy my fragrance. It never really occurs to me what other people like. So I thought that was interesting. I wouldn't buy this fragrance. It's not, you know, I am still going to go forward and like buy fragrances for me, the things that I like to smell on myself. But it was so lovely to have such sweet compliments from people saying that they loved the way that I smelled. And also that tells me that these fragrances, which are eau de parfums, are punchy. They are punchy and people can smell them on you. So I still have one use in Midnight in Milan, and I'm going to use it. I'm going to finish it up, and I'm going to appreciate it because apparently that scent suits me. Then I have Rendezvous. Now this one is like a cedar, sort of floralish fragrance, and I think it smells a bit nana-ish. There's like powdery notes in there, which is the part that makes me think of like nana. And yeah, I'm not a massive fan, but I don't know, someone else might be. I don't know. So it's basically full. I've only used that one probably once or twice, so I'll continue using it. Then I have my 2 Floral Street fragrances. I want to talk about Iris Goddess first because I can't pronounce the name of this one, so we'll leave it for last. You can all have a little lol at me. I reckon there's still another use in this one. This fragrance kind of catches in my throat. I think there's like musk in there. Well, there's definitely musk in there because that's a main thing that I notice. Again, it has that sort of powderiness to it, but I think that the thing that's sort of catching in my throat for me, or the fragrance or the note that sort of throws me off, is maybe patchouli. I just sometimes when I use fragrances like this, I'm like, I'm such a simple bitch. I'm so basic, and like, just give me like citrus and fresh florals, and don't put anything in there that makes it complex, because my little brain and nose cannot handle the complex. This is like, I don't think it's a bad fragrance, it's just not really a me fragrance. But then in saying that, see, now my whole fragrance world has been turned up on its head after someone said that a fragrance that I thought was the exact opposite of me was perfect for me. So there you go. Anyway, Iris Goddess, not like totally in love with it. There's a good chance that I still have some of these kicking around in my house, and I think I would declutter these ones, maybe just offer them to Mum if she wants to try them, or give them to my sister. Just because like with it catching in my throat when I smell it, I'm not really a fan of that. So even though I actually really enjoy using different fragrance samples, even when they're not actually something that I would want to buy or wear on a regular occasion, I enjoy changing it up, and I think, you know, minis are such a great way to do that. This last one that I have is I think it's pronounced Chipra Sublime. I don't know, I might be wrong about that. This, again, floral powdery scent. I mostly get like that powdery fragrance happening, and it feels a bit nana-ish. I wouldn't say nana glam, just nana-ish. That's what it reminds me of, my grandmother, basically. I don't hate it, but again, I wouldn't buy it because I don't want to wear it on a regular basis. But I don't dislike occasionally using a mini sample and smelling like my nan, essentially. So that is it for my Advent calendar mini sampled out project. I finished 14 of the samples. Some of the fragrances, like 3 of the fragrances, are so close to being done, like they're done. I may even find that I'm lucky if I get 1 spray out of them when I try to use them again. Everything else I'm holding on to, except for 2 items that I didn't finish, and I am decluttering because I just don't need to keep them in my life, essentially. So the Ella Bache eye cream and the First Aid Beauty jelly mask, just not for me, really, to be honest. It's just not for me. I really enjoyed this little project. I've still got stuff to work on. I'm going to continue to work on them, but no pressure to finish them up. And honestly, I didn't really like pressure myself to get through any of these samples either. I just had them on my desk and I used them occasionally. I swapped them out for my usual beauty products. So, you know, it was just try to get through them, and that's what I'm going to do throughout 2022. I'm just going to try my best to use as much as I can. My collection is getting smaller over the years, and that really excites me because I do miss occasionally being able to buy something and not feel guilty for it. So that's sort of my end goal. Get to a point where I have a manageable amount of products and I don't feel bad when I want to buy a new body moisturizer because I got 30 at home already. I don't have 30 body moisturizers. It's an exaggeration, but I think you get the point. Alright guys, I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Feel free to leave your comments down below and I will catch you in the next one. Bye!